Explosive. Welcome to New Sky TV. Guo Yuxin's portrayal of a female general has gone viral, and the popularity of the big IP drama with Jin Chang'an has soared. With Jin Chang'an was an instant hit upon its premiere, but it couldn't escape the assembly line formula: high, good-looking, couple plus artificial sweetness. The political intrigue is stiff like puppets, and the female lead transforms from an iron lady into a love-struck fool in an instant, leading viewers to complain that everyone is an NPC. As short dramas flood the market, those potentially touching details and character arcs are ultimately buried in the tide of the fast-paced era. Have you noticed that short dramas these days frequently top the trending searches, with everyone saying the entertainment industry has changed, but when they actually air, there are always some awkward moments that make you wonder, what's the point of this drama being so popular? Guo Yuxin and Yan Zixins with Jin Chang'an caused an uproar in the comments section as soon as it premiered. Logically, the names and looks of these two should have made a splash, but after watching the first few episodes, didn't you feel a pang of disappointment? Doesn't the plot feel like a mass-produced product? To put it bluntly, it's the kind of situation where I know what you're going to do, and you know I'll cooperate. Everyone is like they were being manipulated by someone, and the ending of a love story is already written before it even begins. The most terrifying thing isn't that the drama is bad, but that it didn't have to be this bad. If you watch the first 8 episodes and the last 8 episodes of The Legend of Jin Chang'an side by side, you wouldn't even recognize them as the same show. What happened to the iron-willed general who was willing to die on the battlefield rather than retreat a single step? A single imperial edict from the crown prince, and she laid down her armor and went to the capital. When the male lead's identity was exposed, her first reaction wasn't "Who are you?" but "Will you leave me?" When did the woman who once drew her sword amidst mountains of corpses and seas of blood lose even the courage to ask the truth? Some say this is growth, that love taught her to be gentle. Pshaw. This isn't gentleness, this is the screenwriter erasing her backbone, one by one. Remember the night raid in episode 7? The female lead defended the city alone, drawing her sword when her arrows ran out, and using her fists when the blade chipped. The image of her standing on the city wall, covered in blood, was the first time many viewers were moved by a female general in a Chinese drama. And what happened? That feeling didn't last 10 episodes. When the crown prince appeared, the female lead's IQ plummeted. Knowing he was a henchman of her father's killer, she still calmly entered the palace as a concubine, claiming it was to seize an opportunity for revenge. But what opportunity did she seize? What case did she investigate? After 30 episodes, she hadn't even figured out which way the crown prince's study door opened. She was only concerned with exchanging messages under the moon and having secret rendezvous in the palace with the male lead. This wasn't seizing an opportunity for revenge, it was using public funds for romance. Even more ridiculous was the witch clan storyline. It was hyped up at the beginning with ancient bloodlines and the hatred of a clan's annihilation, but what happened? The witch clan elder made an appearance, recited a few lines, and then died, and that was it. The audience waited and waited, expecting a twist, a secret about their past, or a choice between national duty, only to find out in the finale that the witch clan storyline's only purpose was to give the male lead the natural ability to suck blood, setting, making it easier for the female lead to take him home. That's it? That's it. The vengeance of a clan's annihilation is reduced to a mere catalyst for romance. What's most heartbreaking is that this isn't just a problem with Jin Chang'an, it's a cancer in the entire ancient costume drama production line. Screenwriters no longer dare to let the female lead make any unlikable choices. She can't be truly cold-blooded, so she must leave room for maneuver when fighting. She can't be truly independent, so even with her strong abilities, she has to wait for the male lead to save the day. She can't be truly ruthless, so on the path of revenge, love always has to take a back seat. Over time, there are no more female generals on screen, only girlfriends in armor. The crown prince is arguably the king of plot devices in the entire series. The screenwriter needs him to advance the romance, so he forces a marriage. The screenwriter needs him to create conflict, so he becomes idiotic. The screenwriter needs him to die, so he can suddenly repent because of a dream of the late emperor scolding him. An ambitious man who has been scheming for 20 years is deterred by a nightmare. Viewers watched the Prince Milan repent on screen, and the comments section was flooded with question marks. Were you sleepwalking and usurping the throne for the past 20 years? The scene where the male lead regained his memories was even more perfunctory. He was in a coma for 3 days, and then woke up remembering everything? Centuries of hatred, the truth of his clan's extermination, his manipulated fate. Before 3 episodes were even finished, it was all just a light, dismissive line, "I remember who I am." There was no struggle, no pain, no sense of shattering emotion, no feeling of "I once thought I was a puppet, but I discovered I wasn't even worthy of being a puppet." Readers of the original novel waited 30 episodes, only to be met with the screenwriter's half-hearted approach. Since the audience just wanted a happy ending, the process could be rushed. So, in the finale, the two rode off into the distance, the camera slowed down, the music sentimental. The comments section was filled with tears, saying they had finally waited for a happy ending. But I want to ask, what does this happy ending have to do with the previous 30 episodes? The female lead gave up the land she had protected for half her life, and the male lead gave up the truth he had been searching for 1,000 years. They sacrificed the core beliefs of their characters in exchange for a bland, detached happy ending. Is this the power of love, or irrefutable proof of screenwriter laziness? With Jin Chang'an isn't without its highlights, but they were all smoothed out on an assembly line. The female general, who should have been breathtaking, ultimately became just another specimen from the ancient costume drama factory. Exquisite features, an empty expression, wearing beautiful armor, acting out monotonous expressions of deep affection. Audiences aren't incapable of sweet dramas, but they can't accept that all the swords and spears exist solely for the sake of sweetness, and all the landscapes become mere backdrops for romance. Some praised the cast's good looks, others laughed at the perfunctory synopsis, and longtime fans bluntly stated, short dramas are getting increasingly rushed, but with Jin Chang'an is only mediocre. Anyone who's watched a few popular historical dramas with scores above 8 on Douban will immediately see the rushed, formulaic nature of with Jin Chang'an. Behind all this lies the industry's superficiality. The short drama market is booming, with each platform seemingly trying to incubate 10 new IPs a month. Unfortunately, while quantity has increased, quality has declined. Screenwriters chase trends and rush to meet deadlines, sacrificing in-depth detail to meet deadlines. Character logic becomes the biggest fig leaf, leaving only good looks as a facade. As a result, whether it's the male or female lead, supporting characters, subordinates, the witch clan, or the crown prince, everyone changes their attitude faster than flipping through a book, leaving only visually appealing scenes to sustain the viewing experience. Some enjoy mindless romance and sweet moments between handsome men and beautiful women, while others crave character arcs and intertwined fates. Unfortunately, this drama only provides half of that, remaining at the story framework stage. However, it must be admitted that amidst all the criticism, the visual appeal of with Jin Chang'an is undeniably strong. Guo Yuxin seamlessly switches between male and female attire, each look worthy of being a wallpaper. Jin Chang'an is handsome whether wearing a mask or not. In the iconic dream scene, the scenes between the two are breathtakingly beautiful, creating an atmosphere of love at first sight that has many fans exclaiming, "I'm totally shipping them." Furthermore, the limited screen time of the female lead subordinates, while showing loyalty and sacrifice, adds a touch of warmth to the plot. With Jin Chang'an represents the above-average type of short drama, no surprises, but not a complete flop either, it's just standard industrial sugary canned goods. Some people enjoy simply shipping the main characters, while others criticize the structure and logic. Regardless, there will always be someone willing to pay the price. But if you ask if it's the best of the year, I can only shrug, to each their own. These days, in the entertainment industry, the competition is about who can create illusions better, not who can tell the best story. I want to say that when all the characters are pushed along by the screenwriter in a step-by-step manner, and when all the conflicts are optimized and cut into formulaic templates, those small details, small arcs, and small joys and sorrows that might have appeared are also buried in the rapidly changing tide of short dramas. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.